Professor Campbell of Michigan University notes that performative activism is the intention to present an image of yourself to other people. Today we will be discussing the role of our ubiquitous technologies in the rise of performative political agency online. To solve this, we must analyze the byproducts of ubiquitous computing, IoTs, user control, and the attention economy. Technology's seamless nature contributes to increased online participation that isn't always sincere. Winner notes that artifacts have politics and that the most profound technologies are those that disappear, weaving themselves into everyday life, as Mark explains. Thus, IoT allows agency to weave into our daily lives, consequentially making user-friendly, normalizing movements like Black Lives Matter. Features like hashtag and the trending page on Twitter also make network structures predominate over hierarchical ones, as Barnes and Michael notes. Is this normalization and ease causing less care and knowledge about what users are protesting against? Barnes and Michael perceive that the more user-friendly something is, the less the user has to understand anything about how it works, which de-skills and disempowers the user. An example of this is the ability to add an LGBTQ+ profile filter on Facebook, where Matzik questions if it is to manage a positive impression among peers in their social network. Participation takes place, and IoT allows a possibility of a little conviction behind it. The illusion of user control also shapes the nature of our digital world. Tech always reflects society, particularly the Enigma codes in World War II and voluntary profiles and influences onto capitalism today. Interactive and seemingly real interfaces create users who believe they are the source of the computer's actions. This quote explains the illusion of profiles and our online selves treated as commodities. The Blackout Tuesday hashtag illustrated how users reposted it for conformity, reputation, and branding, because it was largely the only support for Black Lives Matter on their page. Wee and Brooks stated that in the case of personal branding strategies, the actor is expected to present self that is constantly working on itself to better itself, demonstrating that its behaviors are reflections of an authentically unique personality. This quote suggests that perhaps interfaces generate a distortion that reputation and economic possibility are more valuable than real-life issues, thus why performative activism is a well-known thing online. A cult of individuality and personal branding is the result of an attention economy, this distraction making online participation less meaningful. Tefeki says that a lack of attention is likely to smother a movement, seen through the performative activism of Black Lives Matter. In IoT, perpetuating the attention economy is convergency of devices, empowering users to tweet about Breonna Taylor's murder and check the weather under minutes. I believe this distraction desensitizes us, where posting a hashtag is not profound. Odell illustrates this, stating technology can enshrine a narrow definition of productivity and ignore the local, carnal, and poetic. Hence, we might participate online in productive, over-organic ways. Herbert Simon says, a wealth of information creates a poverty of attention, enforcing the idea that large amounts of information we consume online divides our attention, like retweeting a Black Lives Matter resource whilst thinking about posting on Instagram. Attention is a strength to activism, and when not controlled is problematic and contradictory to our online identities. Conclusively, ubiquitous computing creates an attention economy and a false illusion of self online that often compromises the good intent of online activism for the sake of being caught up inside the strange nature of technology.